in the workshops that I do, I try to choose materials that are the most difficult to make look good. So if I were to use like pens or colored pencils, there'd be this temptation to be precise and to make it look good, or there'd be this very clear like, ooh, I messed up feeling. So I use, a lot of like oil pastels, smeary things, chalk pastels, things that are just like, as soon as you touch it, you're like, oh. And like those of you who are just in the last workshop, this whole room was just like a shitstorm when you walk in. Like before anyone even started, the room's just like a mess. And it's like, nanny boo boo, you can't stay tidy. Yeah, and it is, it's freeing, it's liberating, because the way where this is coming from in us is that playful little kid messy part. And so if you're telling it to like keep its Sunday best on while doing this, it's not gonna work. So I try to choose materials that get your Sunday best messy from the beginning. And then you can go from there. I also try to steer clear of materials that people are familiar with or have experience with. And so for yourself, like if you're doing this by yourself, if you're just wanting to work with art, I recommend starting with something that you're really bad at and really inexperienced with, and a place where you're like guaranteed to just make a total disaster mess. And that's where, like, I can't play the piano, and I love starting off playing the piano, like in my creative process, because there's no way that I can make something beautiful, and there's no temptation. Whereas, like, being a visual artist, I'm not going to start there. So I'll just be like, clankety clank, clink, clank, clank. They're like, oh wow, that feels really weird in my elbow. I'm like, what is that? Oh yeah, ooh. And then, that movement would be like, oh, how about if the clinkety clank had a voice, what would it sound like? And if that voice was coming out of my elbow, what would that be like? And then I'm gonna write that down. What are you saying? And then I'm gonna take those words and keep wiggling my elbow and then turn that into an image. And now I can use the material that I'm comfortable with, because this is all so uncomfortable that there's no way that I'm gonna make something normal. And so if you're like intimidated and afraid of visual arts, that's the place where the most riches are going to come through for you. Or if you're really afraid of dancing, that's something that you want to be doing alone in your bedroom when no one's looking, and then writing and drawing, and really like dive into the place that you have the least amount of technical skill, because that is your highway right to your subconscious. And that's going to bring out all of this stuff that like technique and discipline has made all these kind of guardrails and already set up the traffic patterns for that stuff. But the places that are untamed and don't have traffic patterns yet, there's all this stuff that can come through that's more available for you.